Welcome to my podcast. Today I'll be giving fantasy hockey and fantasy football waiver wire advice, and I'll also be talking about the top 5 power forwards in the NBA right now. Fantasy hockey waiver wire, players to pick up number 2. Center, Cizikas. Cizikas is a great player to add in deep leagues. He'll give you face-off wins, hits, and he will occasionally put up points. Left wing, Sven Andrighetto. Sven Andrighetto put up 3 goals, 6 points, and 3 power play points so far this season. He plays on the first line and first power play unit of the Avalanche. Right winger, Zucker. Zucker put up 2 goals, 4 points, and 2 power play points so far this season. He plays on the second line and first power play unit of the Wild. Defenseman, Rutta. Rutta has 2 goals, 4 points, and is a +6 so far this season. If Rutta is still available on your waiver wire, pick him up now. Defenseman, Manson. Manson has put up 3 points and also has 13 hits and 8 blocks. Manson is a great player to own if your league counts hits and block shots. Goaltender, Hellebuyck. Hellebuyck has 2 wins, a 2.59 GAA, and a .927 save percentage so far this season. Hellebuyck seems to be the number 1 goalie for the Jets right now. So those are some players to pick up on Fantasy Hockey Waiver Wire. Next, I'll be doing another edition of players to pick up in Fantasy Hockey. Fantasy Football Waiver Wire, players to pick up for Week 7. Quarterback, McCown. McCown threw for 354 yards and 2 touchdowns in Week 6. He is worth picking up in deep leagues. Running back, Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson rushed for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. He should be picked up in all leagues. Running back, JR McKinnon. JR McKinnon had 2 straight weeks with more than 19 fantasy points. He is the most added running back in fantasy football. Wide receiver, Ginn Jr. Ginn Jr. had 66 yards receiving and 1 touchdown in Week 6. He is likely the best wide receiver left on most waiver wires. Wide receiver, JuJu Smith-Schuster. JuJu Smith-Schuster could eventually take over as the Pittsburgh Steelers' number 2 receiver. Tight end, Seferian-Jenkins. Seferian-Jenkins has recorded a touchdown in 2 straight weeks. He is the most added tight end in fantasy football. Defense, Tennessee Titans defense. Tennessee Titans defense are the most added defense in fantasy football. The Titans have a favorable matchup in Week 7 against the Cleveland Browns. Kicker, Butker. Butker is the most added kicker in fantasy football. Next week on Fantasy Football Waiver Wire, I'll be talking about players to pick up for Week 8. Top 5 power forwards in the NBA right now. 1. Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is the best power forward in the NBA right now. He is also a top 10 player in the league. AD puts up double-doubles on a consistent basis while playing elite defense. 2. Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis is the second best power forward in the NBA right now. He has the potential to be the second best power forward in the league. At 7'3", he can do it all at both ends of the floor. 3. Draymond Green. Draymond Green is the best all-around power forward right now. He is one of the best defensive players in the league. Draymond can run the offense like a point forward and has a great 3-point shot as well. 4. Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is now going to get the chance to be the guy on the LA Clippers. Griffin is a great rebounder, dunker, and passer and has improved on his shot every year he has been in the league. With an expanded role on the team, Blake Griffin should take his game to the next level. 5. Kevin Love. Kevin Love isn't the same player he was in Minnesota, but he is still a top 5 power forward. He is going to be the X factor for the Cleveland Cavaliers this season. Kevin Love is still a very good rebounder and is a good 3-point shooter. Next week, I'll be talking about draft advice in fantasy basketball. Next podcast, I'll be talking about fantasy hockey and fantasy football waiver wire advice, and I'll also be talking about draft advice in fantasy basketball.